Hi, how you doing? Are you still mad? Me too. Good. I'm going to share more about what happened to me when I was younger. It's not going to be pretty. But before that, I have an order of business. To all the men I've been hearing talking online right now that I'm really proud of. I like where a lot of you, where your head is at. You've got a lot of great ideas. I love all you men who are wanting to do something and you're going, what do we do? And I have so many ideas. I'm a Gen Xer that was raised by the greatest generation, my grandparents. My grandfather stormed Omaha Beach in Normandy on D-Day, Battle of the Bulge. He went into the concentration camps. He was ordered to not take photos, but he did anyway in the concentration camps through a hole in his helmet. Anyway, my grandmother told me stories about, there was this guy named Brooke Hart who was kidnapped, and the men who kidnapped and murdered him were held in a courthouse in San Jose in 1933. And the governor told the public that if there were any lynchings, he would pardon them. And in a night, those men were hung up in St. James Square, downtown San Jose. They broke in through the front door and roughed up the cops a little bit, and some considered justice happened that night, and it's like if I were to channel my grandparents right now, they would say, you don't know what to do. We have plenty of rope and plenty of trees for this evil that we've encountered. Man, and like, if you're with the Secret Service or private security protecting these monsters, I ask you where your loyalties lie. Did you take an oath to protect people? Or do you have loyalty to evil? While you are protecting these monsters, I propose this to you. Want to make an extra $5? You can make it real easy for all of us, help us do the right thing. On to my trauma stories. So, being forced to have sex against your will when you're a child is not all it's cracked up to be. It's not all as exciting as it sounds. It's quite horrible. So what I've understood with the extent of my torture, I've been left with about close to 100 altered personalities. I'm extreme dissociated identity disorder, kind of like Moon Knight. I see so many parallels to so many superheroes. with anyway. Anyway, you know what's worse than being tortured yourself is being made to watch your friends being tortured. And that's you know, I had to witness that. You know, you know, for evil. You know, when I was really young, when I was 6 and 7, I had all these medical problems that we couldn't understand. When I was, you know, being abused by the satanic elite, when I was 6 and 7, I had to have hernia surgery. I also had to have all these x-rays and crazy enemas to troubleshoot all these problems I was having with my lower abdomen. But now I understand why I was having all those problems. The doctors were perplexed. But it was all due to my ass getting wrecked by these evil men. And then after the breeding program, I remember being next in 6th grade, and I noticed in the beginning of the school year, I was noticing the pretty girls, and then I had this thought, I guess it came from one of my altars, this that remembered, that knew what happened. That part of me wondered if I was going to be paired with the pretty girls that I was noticing this year, because that's what happened the previous fall. You know, it's like it took time to put all these pieces together, you know. To figure out exactly what happened to me, and it's all pretty clear, you know, like it's all pretty horrible. And it was meant to be hidden. I wasn't supposed to remember. None of us were. And so, like, evil has been, like, happening to us, like, on the DL for so long. For so long. You know, by adults that my parents were supposed to trust. You know, they had no idea. Anyway, we'll say more for next time. I don't know what else to talk about, but thanks for listening.